And this is about our favorite group of people. Yes, that would be our veterans. If you are a veteran buying a home right now, there's a good chance you're leaving thousands of dollars on the closing table, not because of your rate, not because of your credit, because of one line in your purchase contract that nobody bothered to write the right way. I am Ron Siegel, certified liability advisor, helping families build wealth through strategic debt management. Today we're talking about one of the most misunderstood, most underused advantages in the entire mortgage world. VA seller concessions, and one detail buried in the VA lender's handbook that almost nobody is using correctly, but we're going to tell you about it. Here's the truth. Most loan officers think they understand this. Most real estate agents think they understand this. And every day, veteran buyers lose deals or write checks they shouldn't be writing because the people guiding them are blending two completely separate things into one. So let's clear it up right away. When a veteran writes an offer using their VA loan, there are two different buckets the seller can contribute to. Two, not one. Bucket one is seller paid closing costs, title fees, appraisal, recording, lender fees, buyer agent commission, and here's the part that surprises people, normal market discount points. The VA does not cap this bucket at all. There is no limit on how much a seller can contribute towards standard closing costs for a VA buyer. Bucket two is seller concessions. This bucket is capped at 4% of the home's VA reasonable value, the number on the VA appraisal called the Notice of Value, NOV. This bucket covers the VA funding fee, prepaid taxes, and insurance, temporary buy-downs, debt payoff, discount points above market norms. Two buckets, two different rules. Now here's where the strategy gets really interesting. The VA Lender's Handbook, Chapter 8, draws a sharp line between a permanent buy-down and a temporary buy-down. A temporary buy-down, like a 2-1 or 3-2-1, where the rate steps up over the first few years, that always lands inside the 4% concession bucket. It eats up your cap. But a permanent buy-down, a real life of loan rate reduction using normal market discount points, that is treated as as a standard closing cost. It is not a concession. It does not touch your 4% cap. A seller can pay for a permanent rate reduction for the entire life of the loan, and it does not count against the 4% concession bucket. A permanent rate reduction for the life of the loan, that is bucket one territory, and bucket one is unlimited. This is why I rarely recommend a temporary buy down. There are times and places where a 2-1 makes sense. A borrower with a confirmed income jump coming, a specific scenario where the deal will not work any other way. But in most cases, a 2-1 buy down gives you 1 or 2 years of relief, and then the payment jumps. A permanent buy down gives you 30 years of savings, and on a VA loan, the seller can pay for it without sacrificing a single dollar of the 4% concession. So what does this mean for you? Let's run real number. A veteran buys a home for $330,000. The VA appraisal comes in at $330,000. 4% of that is $13,200. That's the concession bucket. Written correctly, the contract says the seller pays all of the buyer's closing costs. Title I appraisal, lender fees, that's bucket one, unlimited. Then the seller also pays for a permanent rate buy down using normal market discount points, still bucket one, still unlimited. Then on top of all of that, the seller gives $13,200 in concessions. That's bucket two, used to cover the funding fee, prepay the property taxes, prepay the insurance, and pay off a credit card balance to lower the veteran's debt-to-income ratio. The result? The veteran walks into the home with almost nothing out of pocket and a permanent rate that's lower than what's posted on the rate sheet today for 30 years. Written wrong, the same veteran is bringing $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 to the closing table they never had to bring and paying a higher rate every month for the next 3 decades. This is what suitability looks like. Eligibility just means a veteran qualifies for the loan. Suitability means we structured it the right way for their life and their wallet. That's the difference. That's what a certified liability advisor does. Here's the playbook. Step 1, max out seller paid closing costs first. Step 2, layer in a permanent rate buy down using normal market discount points, still uncapped. Step 3, use the full 4% concession bucket on funding fee, prepaids, and debt payoff. Step 4, make sure the contract clearly separates the buckets so understanding and the listing side both understand what we're agreeing to. Realtors and listing agents listening right now, when you get a VA offer, do not panic. Do not assume your seller is giving up 4% of the sale price. The closing cost portion is normal. Routine. The 4% concession portion is where strategy happens. A clean, well-structured VA offer often nets your seller the same or better than a conventional offer because the veteran is bringing a stronger government-backed loan that's going to close. Veteran, here's the bottom line. The VA loan is not restrictive. It is one of the most strategically powerful loan programs in the country, but only if the people around you actually know how to use it. If your loan officer can't explain the difference between bucket 1 and bucket 2 in 2 minutes flat, you have the wrong loan officer. If your loan officer leads with a temporary buy down when a permanent buy down is on the table, you have the wrong loan officer. If your agent is not separating closing costs from concessions in your offer is weaker than it needs to be. You earn this benefit. Let's structure it like the powerful tool it actually is. Go to rsrlinks.com/VA loan. That's rsrlinks.com/VA loan. We'll walk you through your purchase, show you the 2-bucket strategy in writing, and help you and your agent build an offer that actually wins. Whether you're house hunting today or planning for next year, this is the conversation that puts thousands of dollars back in your pocket and a lower rate on your loan for 30 years. rsrlinks.com/VA loan. It's rsrlinks.com/VA loan. I am Ron Siegel, your certified liability advisor, helping families build wealth through strategic debt management. Thanks for listening to Mortgage 101, brought to you by rsrlinks.com/keysteps. That's rsrlinks.com/keysteps.